I'm going to start rambling because I'm going to go right round the edge of the vineyard again just to show you. But this vineyard is 110 years old. So, and when it was planted, it's actually mainly Carignan and some Grenache mixed in there. So actually co-planted, but it is one of our oldest vineyards. And you can see the soil, sort of clay and some sandstone in there. And it's already getting a little bit waterlogged here. So this weather's been a bit of a disaster. Jean-Marc was out spraying last night until 1 o'clock in the morning. He came in, so we're just protecting, we're organic, so we're protecting the vines with sulphur and copper. When he came back in, it immediately started to rain. It's not good because that can just wash off basically what he's just put on the vines. We're hoping that some of it has stayed on to protect them, and we're protecting against mildew and odium, but the main pest at the moment, or fungal disease, is the mildew. And it's a battle, really. Oh, let's have a look at some grapes. It's a real battle trying to work with the weather, the wind, the rain. The grass is growing so quickly that as soon as it's cut, it just comes back again, which means we can't actually get into the vineyards. And you see how waterlogged this is, a vineyard like this. We can't actually get the tractor in. So coming up here, and oh, look at these. So the bunches now actually getting quite big, and they're not far off flowering. So that's what we'll probably be able to see next week. We'll actually be able to see a vine flowering. So have you ever seen a vine in flower? So we'll be able to have a look next week. Here we go. So this is a Grenache. The Grenache is sort of a brighter colour. We've got a Grenache here, and we've got a Carignan planted here. So this vineyard would be used to make our 100% Carignan wine, which is from the old vines here, this parcel here, and another parcel a bit further along, which we'll go and see next week too. So it's a big, full-bodied, because these are old vines, so the yields are very low and lovely concentrated style of wine. We've got some lovely broom here in flower, and I can smell this. I think this is honeysuckle. Just smells glorious. Got to hurry along. Jean-Marc, I can see him in the background. So he thinks I'm a bit crazy because he would not normally be out in the vineyard. And just a quick look up here. It's a fig tree, bit of a wet fig tree. Fig tree just growing naturally, wildly. Oh, can I come under your umbrella?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, so you were out. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Good.
Well.
And did you sleep well last night?
Yes, it was short. But
Short. Yeah, what were you doing last night?
with the weather, when I can, I protect the vineyard.
You've been out protecting the vineyard?
Yeah.
And how was that going? Is it easy to protect?
This year, no. Every week you need, when the rain stops, when the soil is, when you can go with a tractor. It's difficult this year.
It's very difficult.
It's unusual in the region.
It's very unusual to have so much rain.
Yes.
Do you know how much
And
rain?
mosquito.
And there's mosquitoes. We're actually being bitten by mosquitoes as well as getting soaked. Do you know how much rain has fallen in the past week here?
This week, the last time, it was 40 millimeter.
40 millimetres in this
And,
session of rain.
A week before, 160.
And a week before 160. So we've had an extra 40 millimetres on top of 160.
And more today, I don't know.
And it's still raining, so we don't know how much is going to fall today. The weather forecast is absolutely terrible. You don't know if you're coming or going, if you can get out there and protect the vines, if you can cut the grass. You just don't know. You can't believe what they say on the forecast. So what have been the challenges for you in the vineyard at the moment?
At the moment, the more important is protect the vineyard.
Yeah.
Because we can have the mildew.
Okay.
And, the temperature is hot in the day, wet, raining.
So is that that's a problem for the...
For the moment, it's okay. I don't see, but
So at the moment, you haven't seen any mildew on the vines?
No.
Okay.
But for the mildew, you need, after contamination,
Yep.
you need about 10 days, 2 weeks before to see the mildew.
Oh, okay.
And maybe they are, and I don't see.
So even if we've got an outbreak of mildew, we wouldn't actually be able to see it at the moment, because it takes 10 days to come out to be able to actually see it. So we're literally, I imagine every chance we get, we're out spraying and protecting the vines just in case. Au cas où.
Yes.
Yeah, just in case there's
organique,
mildew.
il n'y a pas de produit qui pénètre dans la sève.
Yeah.
Donc c'est juste de la protection.
So because we're organic and it's copper and sulfate and some fruit pectins, they just go on the surface of the vines. They don't actually go inside the vines, and that means that the protection only lasts as long as it's on the leaves. So as soon as it rains, like it is today, it basically washes some or all of it off. And then we have to get out there as quickly as we can. We can't get out there that quickly because it's raining and the vines are too soggy to actually get the tractor in.
Ouais.
Ouais. Bon, on te suit. Il nous reste. Je vais juste regarder les questions.
C'est du beau temps pour les escargots.
Yeah, it's a good time.
No.
Have you found any snails? Ooh. Bring back the umbrella. Oh, look. Oh, okay. Can you see that here? So this is the only thing
For the grill.
It's for the grill. The only thing the locals do when it's raining here, they actually wait until it stops raining, and then they'll be out collecting snails for the summer barbecues. So let's have a close-up. We're going to finish on a close-up of the vine.
This is a nice Carignan.
So this is a Carignan.
Et le stade, en fait, ce sont les bourgeons floraux qui sont séparés.
So the flower, I don't know the technical words about this, but the flower buds are separating now.
Et le prochain stade, c'est la fleur.
And so the next stage is going to be the flower. So I've said that next week we can probably see some vine flowers.
Possibly, yes.
Possibly.
Possibly.
See, nothing's definite in the vines. You never quite know, but
It depends on the weather.
it depends on the weather. Hopefully there's going to be some sunshine coming.
They are.
But they're the little bunches of grapes. See those? And look how big the leaves are now. Look, for those of you who've been following me, we sort of followed the whole growing thing. Look how big these Carignan leaves are. Nice dark Carignan leaves. And these shoots, the new shoots, can you see here? So this is the new growth, and that's probably shot up in the last... Ça fait une semaine que ça monte comme ça, le nouveau...
Ouais, là on voit les impacts, les légers impacts de grêle.
So
ici.
for those of you with us yesterday as well, you probably recognise what that dark spot is on the stalk here.
Ça c'était à peu près il y a, je sais pas, 8-10 jours.
So that was 8 to 10 days ago. That's actually a hail impact. So that was where we had a hailstorm. This is nothing. It's nothing too serious at all. But just shows you, you know, this was a light hailstorm, and that's what it does to the branch. Just going to quickly walk down the edge of the vineyard. It's actually calming down a bit. This is a lovely stone wall. Did you make this stone wall, Jean-Marc? No.
It's older than me.
It's older than you. And so we're in our 110-year-old Carignan Grenache. You can see they're bush vines. This is great in the summer as well when it gets really hot. The bush vines have more, the leaves spread out more, so they protect the soil and the water evaporation. They also have much deeper roots. So the roots go a long way down. They can always get the water, which isn't a problem today, as you can see. But in the summer, when it gets really hot, the old vines can always get water and keeps them nice and lush. So we're in the area that has been strimmed compared to... So this is what we've been doing in the vineyard, is actually trimming the grass in between the vines. So you can see here, c'était fait quand ça,
Fin de semaine dernière.
So that was done end of last week, and it's already starting to shoot up. There's new shoots there in the grass, but then compare it to where it hasn't been trimmed, which is up here. There we go. So that's what we've been trimming to get rid of, so that there's no competition. I know if we walk past this vine, Jean-Marc's probably going to get in there and take these shoots off. He's going, what are you talking about? There. So that's the next job in the vineyard. These little shoots at the bottom of the vine need to be taken off. Sorry, what's inside? Do that. So we've got to thin the shoots out. That's going to be another job that we can show you next week. So I think we are actually going to go home now and have a cup of coffee. Because we're quite wet out here.
When it's raining in France, in the south of France, we don't work.
No, you don't work.
Outside.
So we're going to run back to the house. Just like to say thanks very much for coming out. We did say we would be here every single morning, weekday morning, between starting at 7:30 English time for 15 minutes. So come rain or shine, we're going to be out here, and we're just trying to share with you some of the excitement of being a vineyard owner in the south of France. And we'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully with the sunshine.